For this course, we will need a camera capable of capturing infrared light. While most digital imaging sensors are sensitive to infrared light, they usually incorporate a filter to block it as it will interfere with visible light. Therefore, it will be necessary to remove the IR blocking filter from the sensor. Once the filter is removed, the camera is now sensitive to a wide range of light, including infrared. This is called a full spectrum camera, and it is useful for certain niche kinds of photography as is. But for the purposes of creating infrared images, we will need to block some or all of the visible spectrum light. There are two common ways to achieve this. One, place an infrared filter in front of the lens. This is convenient for swapping between different wavelengths of infrared, or swapping back to visible light by using another IR blocking filter. A disadvantage of this configuration is being limited to what lenses these filters fit. 2. Place a filter directly in front of the sensor. This limits the camera to whatever cutoff wavelength the filter is, and there is no way to use the camera for visible light. However, this configuration allows easy swapping of lenses. I like to have a second camera exclusively ready to go for infrared, so this is the conversion I went with, although there are merits to both ways of doing it. In either configuration, you will need to remove the camera's standard filter. You can convert a camera yourself, pay a company to perform the conversion for you, or purchase an already converted camera. A do-it-yourself conversion difficulty varies with the model of camera. The basic idea is to remove the infrared blocking filter. Disassembling and reassembling the camera can be difficult without some experience tinkering with electronics. It will involve removing delicate connectors and some soldering. Also, the flash capacitor can carry very high voltage, which presents a shock hazard. If you go this route, I recommend practicing on a cheap camera first. There are several companies that will convert your camera for you. Reputable companies will guarantee their work, and this will free you from the burden of not breaking something if you try to do it yourself. Beware of cheap conversions, as they can use highly inferior filters and perform shoddy work, which will cause a lot of frustration when you're trying to shoot. There are several considerations in choosing the base camera to convert or purchase. Mirrorless cameras are ideal in that the image provided through the viewfinder and screen are of what the sensor sees through the IR filter. In a DSLR camera, the optical viewfinder will not accurately represent what is seen in infrared, although many DSLRs also offer a live view on the back screen as a workaround. Another drawback to DSLR is that they may rely on visible light for autofocusing, meaning the focus will need to be recalibrated for infrared. This involves either modifying the camera for infrared focus or a specific lens for focusing in infrared. I personally use a Fujifilm X-T100 with a 590nm filter placed in front of the sensor. It's an older camera that I picked up quite reasonably. It can be simple and affordable to get into infrared photography.